this jackass right here says there's a war on truth. I mean, the audacity of some of these people, like what comes out of their mouth, like Obama, the audacity of him to bring up Libya over those. It's like, how fucking dare you bring up Libya after what you did? It's just no conscience, man. Just no conscience. She's not talking about herself, believe it or not. She's talking about other people. And I actually think she's talking about us. Like, we fall into the category of people that, quote unquote, has a war on truth, because we have to understand, what does she mean by truth? Does she mean truth in the sense by definition, or does she mean truth in the sense of the narrative of the ruling class?
Of course.
What she means by truth is the narrative of the ruling class.
Because look at ratings of the mainstream media right now. Everybody's into the podcasters, or they get they watching indie news and whatnot. Even if it may be right wing indie news, they're not getting their news from mainstream media anymore. And this is what she mean by there's a war on the truth, because there's a war on people pushing back on the narrative that they have been pushing down our throats for generations now. So now you see CNN with the lowest. What was that yesterday?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Lowest. You know what I'm saying? Rating shows they have ever had, and this is what happens. When people get tired of their bullshit, they start to look for information elsewhere. So this is what she means. She like, hey, come back and listen to us. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is. This is one of the most unpopular people in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If it was up to mainstream media, that wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? It was the indies that pushed that information out here to show us that Hillary Clinton is a monster. You know what I'm saying? She's a racist. And whatnot. But yeah, she just wanted us to go back to mainstream media. That's all it is.
Yeah, narrative control. Here's her tweet. She says, "We're in the midst of a real war on truth, facts, and reason. Assaults on the free press have been taken seriously. Thanks." And then she shouts out a bunch of literal propagandists. She shouts out a bunch of literal propagandists here. And then says, for taking on this important topic. And I guess this is some sort of event. This is her global event. She's talking about the topic is being taken on. This freaking just ghoul. Let's listen, Rome. It's about 30 seconds. Let's listen.
We have a very real war on truth, facts, and reason. You can't have a democracy if you don't have people reporting on what leaders are doing. And so we need to defend journalists, not only in autocracies like Russia, and not only against non-state actors in Latin America, but we have to be vigilant in the United States as well.
Are you talking about Julian Assange?
I was about to say, well, she's making the case for Julian Assange. It sounds like she's making the case for Julian Assange, right? Because he's not an American citizen, but somehow we got this nigga locked up across the world. Like.
But this is what I was saying. This is and this I had the wrong banner. This is the banner I had, because this is a new segment I'm doing now. Hypocrisy Watch, Rome. So I'm gonna try to have something every show where I'm here. Look at this freaking hypocrisy. And this is her. She has some fucking nerve. Have you forgot about Russiagate? I mean, this is like besides see, let me say it this way, besides the pandemic, this is freaking like one of the top freaking lies of not all time. I was saying the last at least several decades. Russiagate, that was that whole premise, in my opinion, and a lot of people have said this, was the ground foundation for what the invasion. Let me get back to the video.
Not only against non-state actors in Latin America, but we have to be vigilant in the United States as well.
So what I was getting to is that the hypocrisy watch is that, so she pulled off Russiagate, and by the way, she still talks about Russiagate like it's a real thing. So you're pushing Russiagate, you're pushing the Ukraine war. Is the war on truth also the truth about how the United States have turned down multiple opportunities to bring about peace in Ukraine? Does what Julian Assange exposed as the truth. Was that a war on truth when he exposed that? Because to me, the war on truth, if you have a war on a person, Rome, who brought the truth to the people, isn't that a war on truth? So this is the hypocrisy. You are waging war on Julian Assange. That is a war on truth that he delivered. And Lula has been shouting this out a lot. So shout out to Lula and Brazilian president. Lula has been bringing this up multiple times. I almost did a segment on it where he's saying what's happening with Julian Assange. The United States need to cut that shit out. So not only just us, but there's world leaders that are speaking to why isn't Julian Assange, or why does he have this sort of thing hanging over him from the United States? But then, meanwhile, Rome, we got Hillary Clinton coming in saying there's a war on truth. I would just like to know, what is she referring to? What do you think she's referring to, Rome, when she said there is a war on truth? Like, what do you think? Do you think she's just only talking about like the Trump derangement? Or are you talking about, she's talking about us, like the Jimmy Dores, the us that's talking about all this shit that's going on?
She's talking to her base and about her base, because nobody else in the world believes a damn thing that comes out of this woman's mouth. Like, maybe she's, I don't know, but she look horrible. All them killing people look is Asian.
She does look pretty bad.
Horrible, and I hope she die a slow, painful death. But I think okay, it's the people who still are resistors, people who don't see the duopoly for what it is. They don't see that the Republicans and the Democrats are the same. She are talking to these people, not the smart people in America, not the people that tune in to what the fuck she has to say. Because if they're listening to her, then obviously they out of their fucking mind. So she can't be talking about us. And the truth is, if she have it her way, we all will be dead. We all will be locked up. We'll probably be doing slave work for her on her escape with her husband. So no, fuck her. She's a fucking liar. Well, no, she's not lying about. There's a war on journalism, of course, but she has been waging war on journalism or down. Right. Yeah, you can say
she's on the side. Yeah, she's telling the truth, but she's on that side, on the other side.
In general, the game plans. You helping, what I'm saying, come up with the strategies. Of course it is, motherfucker, because you doing it.
So yeah, so... But I'm just hoping that people don't fall for this nonsense, Rome, because it's really, because it feels like we're breaking out. It feels like more and more people, like the narrative control is getting out of control. Like they don't have as much control. And I'm just hoping people don't go backwards into, now I'm starting to believe this bullshit from these despicable ghouls, and we can bring this down because it was just a short segment on her. I just thought that it was pretty rich that she's calling for, saying that there's a war on truth.